Hi. Today, we're going to create this beautiful wallpaper app in Flutter. In this app, you can search for images. You can also use categories to get the images of that category. And finally, you'll also be able to download that image to your phone storage. So, let's build this app. Open Visual Studio Code. Press F1, and type Flutter Project. Choose Empty Application. Select the folder to save project. Now type the project name. Project is ready. Now, open pub spec file. Under Dependencies block, import HTTP, cached network image, Flutter staggered grid view, external path, media scanner packages. Packages are imported. Create a Modal folder inside lib folder. Then create a modal.dart file inside this folder. Inside this file, create a class named images. This is the response that Pexels provide upon getting called. But we only need image ID, image's path to portrait, and its alt text from it. So, create an int property named image ID. Then, create a string property named image alt. And finally, create a string property named image portrait path. Now create a constructor of this class. Make all of these properties required. Now create a factory constructor named from JSON. It will take a parameter of type map and name it JSON. This constructor will return an object of this images class. Inside it, set all of the properties equal to a JSON value. Now, take key of that value from the Pexels and paste it inside the relevant field like this. As portrait path is inside this src, so we need to access it first to get it portrait path. After that, we can access the portrait path like this. Otherwise, it won't work. As we are not posting anything on Pexels, so we don't need to JSON method. However, we need an empty named constructor, so we'll create that. For that, type class name and put dot and then type the constructor's name. Inside this constructor initialize all properties. Inside from JSON constructor, cast the JSON values according to our property types to avoid invalid type error. With that, our Modal class is complete. Create a repo folder inside lib folder. Inside it, create a repository.dart file. Inside it, create a class named repository. Create string type variable and name it API key, and initialize it with the API key provided by Pexels. Create another variable of string type and name it base URL, and initialize it with the base URL which is mentioned in documentation on Pexels. Create a method of return type future list of images because it is mentioned that Pexels returns array of photos object. Name this method getImagesList. Pass it page number of integer type as a parameter to it. Make this method async. Inside this method, create a string type variable named URL and initialize it with empty string. Use if statement to check if page number is null. And inside it, set URL equal to this string. I made a small mistake here. I'll fix it later when we'll use this method. In else block, set URL equal to same string but add page parameter equal to page number inside it. Create a list of images, name it image list and initialize it with empty list. Now, use try catch block to handle errors. Leave catch block empty. Inside try block, create a variable named response. Import HTTP package as HTTP. Then use http.get, pass URI.parse method to it, and now pass URL to this method. Then, use headers property, and pass API key inside header in key value pair. You must use this authorization key exactly like this. Now, use if statement to check if the response status code is between 200 to 299. Inside it, create a variable named JSON-data, and assign JSON.decode method to it, and then pass response.body to this method. Now use for loop to iterate through each object of the photos. From the object, we only want photos, so we'll only iterate through these like this, and set it as iterable. Inside it, create a variable named image and assign it the from.json method from image class, and pass JSON variable to this method. Then add this image to images list like this. Then come out of try block, and return images list. Now, create a method of return type future image and name it, getImageById. Pass image ID of int type as a parameter to it, and make this method async. Inside it create a variable named URL, and initialize it with base URL and pass image ID like this to URL. Create an object of images class and initialize it with empty constructor. Create try-catch block. Inside try block, create a variable of named response, assign it http.get method. Pass URI.parse method to it and then pass URL to it. Pass the headers same as before. Use if statement to check if the response status code is between 200 to 299. Inside it, create variable named JSON-data, assign it JSON.decode method, and pass it response.body. Use image object, assign it from JSON method, and pass JSON-data to it. Then return this image. Now, create a method of return type future list of images. Name it, getImagesBySearch. Pass search query as parameter to it, and make this method async. Inside it, create variable URL, and initialize it with base URL and search keyword, then set query equal to query and set per page equal to 80 like this. Copy the try-catch blocks from getImagesList method. Paste here. Create a list of images, named ImagesList, and initialize it with empty list. Then return ImagesList. Now create a method of return type future void, named downloadImage, pass it image ID, image URL and build context as parameters, and make this method async. Inside it, use try-catch block. In try block, create variable named response, and assign it http.get method. Pass URI.parse method and pass image URL to it. Use if statement to check if the response status code is between 200 to 299. Inside it, create variable named bytes, assign it response.bodyBytes. Create variable named directory, and call external path package, and use getExternalStorage public directory method from it, and then pass external path.directory downloads to this method. You can use any other directory provided by this package, but I'm using downloads path. Then create a variable named file, and assign it file method. It comes from dart.io library, so import it too. Pass directory, and image ID to it like this, and also pass image extension to it. I'll be saving image in PNG format. Now use file.write as bytes method, and pass it bytes variable. Now use the media scanner package, and use load media method from it. And also pass file.path as a path to this method. Now use if statement that if build context is mounted. Inside it, use scaffoldMessenger.ofContext.clearSnackBars method to clear already displaying snack bars. Then use scaffoldMessenger.ofContext.showSnackBar method. Pass snackbar widget to it. Pass text widget to content. And pass some message inside it. Change background color to green color. Also reduce the duration down to 2 seconds. There are some errors, but we'll fix these while implementing this class in front end. With this repository class is complete. Inside Material App Widget, hide debug banner by setting this property to false. Then use scroll behavior property, and assign it custom scroll behavior class. Inside lib folder, create a file named custom-scroll-behavior.dart. Inside it, create a class named custom-scroll-behavior, extend it from material scroll behavior. Inside this class, override a set of type pointer device kind. Use get method, named drag devices, and pass a set to it. Inside the set, pass pointerDeviceKind.touch and then pass pointerDeviceKind.mouse. After implementing this class, we'll able to use mouse to scroll through the Flutter app which, by default, can only be done with touch. Inside main file, import the library of this class. Inside lib folder, create a file named mainPage.dart. Inside it, create a stateful widget named mainPage. Inside main file, set main page as home. In main page, create scaffold widget. Inside it, create appbar widget. Use title property, and pass it row widget. Set main axis size to minimum. Now create 2 text widgets. Type application name in both widgets. Now, run the app as Windows application. Inside first text widget, use text style widget and set font weight 600. Set text color to blue. And set font size to 22. Now copy this style property, and paste it inside second text widget. Set text color to orange. Set center title to true inside the appbar widget. Under appbar, create SingleChildScrollView widget inside body. Set scroll direction to vertical. Create scroll controller named ScrollController and initialize it. Override dispose method and dispose this scroll controller. Now assign this controller to SingleChildScrollView widget. Create column widget inside it. Inside it, create FutureBuilder widget. Now, create a late property of type FutureListOfImages. Name it ImagesList. Override initState method. Inside it, initialize ImagesList, but before create instance of the repository class named repo. Now, initialize images list with getImagesList method from repository class. Create an int property named pageNumber and initialize it with 1. Inside FutureBuilder, pass imagesList as future. Pass a method to builder which takes 2 parameters named context and snapshot. Inside it, use if statement and check snapshot connection state is done. Now, create else block. Inside it, return center widget. Inside it, create circular progress indicator widget. Inside if block, use another if statement, and check if snapshot has error. And inside it, return center widget, pass text widget to it, and display error message inside it. In outer if block, return column widget. Set main axis alignment to center. Set main axis size to minimum. Create padding widget inside it, and give some padding on horizontal sides. Now create Masonry grid view.count inside it. Set cross-axis count to 2. Pass a method to builder which takes 2 parameters named context and index. Now set shrink wrap to true. Set main axis spacing to 5. Set cross-axis spacing to 5. Inside item builder, return gesture detector method. Inside it, create clip or rect widget. Pass network cached image widget to it. Use image URL property, and pass snapshot.data of current index.image portrait path. Use exclamation mark after data because it is nullable. Set fit to box fit.cover. Before return statement, create a variable of type double named height, and pass this equation to it. Now use height property, and check if height is greater than 300, then set it to 300, otherwise pass it height variable. Restart the app. There's an exception because we forgot to pass item count. Now, set item count equal to snapshot.data.length. Stop the app and start it again. Use error widget property and pass this method with these parameters to it. Inside it, display error icon. Images are not displaying because we made a mistake in repository class. So, let's fix it. We had passed wrong URL. Add curated keyword after the base URL. Now restart the app. And images are loaded successfully. In clip or rect, set border radius and pass border radius widget to it, and make border circular using circular method of it. It looks better now. With this, grid view is almost complete. Above FutureBuilder, create a sized box, and give some height. Create padding widget, and give some padding on horizontal sides. Create text field inside it. Create text editing controller. Name text editing controller, and initialize it. Pass this controller to text field. use input formatter and pass a list to it. Inside it, pass filtering text input formatter for allow method to it. Then pass regexp method to it, and pass this query to accept only alphabets and numbers. Use onSubmitted property, and pass empty method to it which takes a parameter named value. Create another size box under it to give some spacing. Use decoration property, and pass input decoration property to it. Inside it, use content padding, give some padding only to left side. Use label text, and pass string to it. Use border, and pass outline input border to it. Inside it, use border side, pass border side widget to it, and also set color using color property of it. Use border radius, and make circular border using border radius.circular method. Now, use enable border, and copy-paste this outline input border here. Use focus border, and copy-paste this outline input border again, but change its color to blue. Also add width to all border side widgets. Now, use error border, copy-paste outline input border, and change its color to red. Now, use suffix icon property, pass padding widget to it, and give some padding only on right side. Create icon button inside it. Leave onPressed method empty right now, and pass search icon to this button. With this, search field is complete. Create a list of type string, named categories. Initialize it and these categories to it. Under the search box, create sized box, and give some height to create some spacing to it. Create another sized box, give it height of 40. Then, create list view builder inside it. Pass this method to item builder with context and index as parameters. In list view, set shrink wrap to true. Set scroll direction to horizontal. Set item count to categories.length. Inside the builder method, return gesture detector widget. Inside it, create padding widget. Give horizontal padding of 10. Then create container widget inside it. Inside it, use decoration, and pass box decoration to it. Inside it, use border radius, pass radius of 10 using border radius.circular method. Use border, and give border to all sides. Inside it, set border color to gray, and give it the width of 1. Now, create padding widget inside it, and give horizontal padding of 10, and vertical padding of 0. Create center widget inside it. Then create text widget inside it, and pass category of current index from categories list. With this our category list is ready. Go to the bottom of the column. Create sized box here, and give some height to create some spacing. Now, create material button. Leave onPressed method empty. Create text widget inside it, and pass button title to it. Set min width to double infinity. Use padding property, and give padding of 20 on vertical side. Set color to blue. Set text color to white. Now, our button is ready. Go to top, and create a method of void type, named getImagesBySearch, and pass parameter of string type named query. Inside this method, use imagesList, and assign it the getImagesBySearch method from repository class. After this, use setState method to update the UI. Now, go to onSubmitted method of text field, inside it, call this getImagesBySearch method, and pass value to this method as parameter. Now, go to IconButton method of text field, inside it, call this method again, but pass textController.text to this method now. Let's test it out. As you can see, we're able to search images. Now go to Categories list. Here, use onTap property of gesture detector, call getImagesBySearch method again, but pass categories of current index to it like this. Let's check it out. Our category list is also working properly. Now go to Material button at the bottom. Inside onPressed method, increment page number. Use images list, and assign it the getImagesList method from the repository, and pass page number as parameter to it. As you can see, we just passed the page number to this method and not any search query or category, which means whenever we'll click this button, it will return the next page of default images list. So, if we're searching an image in a category, and click on Load More button, it will not load images from that category. And I leave this problem to you to solve as a quiz. After it, use setState method to update UI. With this, all methods are implemented successfully. Inside lib folder, create a file named previewpage.dart. Inside it, create a stateful widget named previewPage. Here, create a variable of string type named imageURL. Create second variable of int type named imageID. Make both of these variables required inside the constructor of this class. Go to main page, find gesture detector used inside the grid view. Use onTap property of it, and pass a method to it. Inside it, use navigator.push method. Inside it, pass material page route. Pass preview page to builder like this. Pass snapshot.data of index.imageID to imageID. Copy this line and paste to image URL, and pass image portrait path instead of image ID. Go to preview page. Create scaffold widget. Set extend body behind app bar property to true. Create app bar widget. Set background color to transparent color. Set foreground color to white color. Set elevation to 0. Create cached network image widget inside body. Set fit to box fit.cover. Set height to double infinity. Set width to double infinity. Set image URL equal to image URL of this widget. Use error widget property, and pass this method to it with these parameters, and return icon widget, which contains error icon. Let's test it out. And preview page is working. Inside preview page, make an object of repository class. Now, create floating action button. Leave onPressed empty for now. Pass download icon to this button. Set background color. I'll use RGBO color to also give it some opacity. Set foreground color to white with some opacity. Set shape to circle border. Set floating action button location to center float. Now, inside onPressed method, call downloadImage method from the repository class. Pass image URL and image ID variables from this widget. With this, download button is complete. Now close this app because it's time to test whole app on real device. Now, run this app on real Android device. App's been started. Scroll is not working in grid view. Let's fix it. Go to main page and find grid view. Pass scroll controller to grid view. Now restart the app. Now we're able to scroll through the app. Let's download an image. Let's see whether it's downloaded or not. An image has been downloaded successfully and saved inside download folder. You can see, second image is also downloaded successfully. This app can be improved, but it is up to you. But its basic functionality stays the same. With this, our Wallpaper app is complete. Thanks for watching.